Welcome, Truth Tribe. If you're new here, I'm Daune Thompson, known as the Soul CEO Activator, and I decode the boulders so you can design the life that you actually deserve, not the one that you were told to settle for. Truth Tribe exists for one reason, for self-awareness and self-understanding. Your health, your wealth, your relationships, and all of it in between. And let me say this clearly, as I do at every Truth Tribe discussion. You are already perfect. There is nothing wrong with you. We are not fixing you. We are remembering who you are. Less fixing, more truth. So this discussion is people are acting weird because you are weird. Welcome to my world. Welcome to Daune's world, right? So let's talk about the part that nobody prepares you for today. So today, I want you to understand why it's feeling like everybody's being weird. It's because you're weird. Why? Because you started choosing yourself. And suddenly, what happens? People get distant. People get triggered, passive aggressive, confused, or straight up annoyed with you, right? They're annoyed that you are not performing the patterns that you used to perform for them. And you're like, wait, I'm doing better. I've done work. I'm finding peace. I know my soul. I've done the work Dawn showed me to see my mother and father wounds and it wasn't their fault. And I've grown into realizing I get to choose and upgrade my life. And I'm really kind of getting clarity about me. Why is everything getting weird? Because you've changed the dynamic. You have. Got a little itch here, guys. Sorry about that. So here's the relationship truth that's coming out. People don't just love you, right? They love the version of you that they're used to. And that's a hard pill to swallow for a lot of people, right? You think that they just love you as you, but no, they love what you've been serving, what they've been consuming, the current of energy you've been given to them. So the currency. So if you pull back on supporting, supplementing energy and or money and or time, right? The version of you they've been consuming is probably pulled back because you're taking care of you. You're maintaining your currency. You've been raising your vibration and your battery. So when you stop over giving, you stop over explaining. This is a big one too. Stop explaining yourself. Just be you. You don't need to explain why you're making choices, who you are, what you want. So stop explaining. You've stopped fixing. You've stopped shrinking. And fixing by I mean is you stopped being empathetic and you started moving into compassion. This is a big one for a lot of people on the planet right now because empathy is what people were taught. Well, empathy is, if you know an empath, they take on other people's energy because they feel that pain. Well, then you feel pain, right? You're all empathetic. You all have empathy. You are all empaths. The challenge is some of you are hyper empathetic. And so that's the people pleasing, the fixing, shrinking and taking on people's pain and fixing it for them. And then they don't have to learn the lesson. You've stopped doing that. And so by stopping fixing, you've stopped being an empath and taking on their energy so they don't have to learn the lesson. Compassion, on the other hand, that's a whole different ballgame. Compassion is when you're starting to realize that, hey, I get it, been there, done that. I feel your pain, but I believe in you. And that's you maintaining your energy, but not taking theirs on. So this stopping fixing is what's waking people up and going, oh my gosh, they're kind of being annoying or frustrating or angry with me because you've stopped allowing them to feed off your frequency. And so they don't always celebrate your growth. They have to recalibrate in their own time. They may be a boat. You're the lighthouse. You've recalibrated. You're owning your life, your light. And then all of a sudden, they're a boat out in the storm themselves. And they're not quite sure how to get to land. You stay bright. They'll find you. Or if you're not the right lighthouse, they will find a new lighthouse to find the right piece of land where they need to get to safety, security, and their own currency. They start realizing they were strong enough to paddle that boat to shore because you've stopped. This is the test that we're all going through. We're all experiencing, and not in a test to fail, but a test to see how you can master yourself. And you're like, I'm doing great. Because the test is, will you go back to being liked? Like, am I going to go back to going, oh, do they like me? Or will you stay committed to being aligned with who you are and not moving? Because those are not the same thing. Do you like me, or I'm aligned with me? Do you like me, or will I choose my soul's path? And this is a kind of a big awakening, and people are trying to use logic and language and labels for all of this. This is not anything more than understanding who you are, who your soul's blueprint is, and how you got there, and what you're here to master. And so when you start looking at, as I call them, the 4 B's in relationships, your BS is associated with your 4 hot spots, which become blind spots, and they blindside you. And this is where your mastery is showing, which is pretty, I don't know. I just think it's so cool. I'm watching so many people I've worked with start to reveal themselves and going, I got this, Dawn. I'm doing it. Your blocks are saying, don't rock the boat, right? Your baggage says you'll lose them. Your bruises, this is what they used to say. You're being tested to say that, to see that, I should say, to own that. Your bruises say you're not safe. You're not safe if you make this choice. You're not safe if you do this again. Your breakthroughs says do it anyway, right? So the piece I'm trying to help you understand is these 4 B's, or blocks, baggage, bruises, and breakthroughs. If you simplify them down, it's your bullshit that you've been avoiding, and you're like, nope, Dawn told me, lean in, walk through the fire, realize I'm not getting burned, and grow my soul's confident truth of knowing this is who I really am, and I can do actually 10 times more when I know I've mastered these categories of my life. Because the old us were so afraid to rock the boat in family and friends and spouses, right? The old us brought baggage into these relationships. And if I share this, then I'm going to lose them. Or if I don't fix their stupid baggage, I'm going to lose them. That's what they need me for. And then our bruises are, oh my God, I'm not safe if I express my needs. I feel shame or guilt for telling them this is who I am. And when you start to realize you came into master, learning how to own, that's what you deserve. It's a big deal, my friends. And again, Zodiac all these courses that I teach to locate these 4 hotspots and or reality check reset are 2 hotspots. 2 of them. Like I said, start small and just keep building up what you know about yourself, or just go all in and go to Soul Masters and learn all of them. Again, hint, there's a coupon code to there's a discount code if you go through reality check reset. I respect your time. And so it discounts your Soul Masters course if you want to take it. So here's the truth. Okay. If you're choosing yourself makes someone uncomfortable, it's not because you're wrong. It's not because you don't deserve it. It's not because you haven't been doing the work. It's not because it's not working. It's because they benefited from the old version of you. It's because they benefited from eating at the buffet, and they got to just eat until their heart was content, and you never, ever questioned it. They got to plug into your energy field and draw on your energy and on your battery and drained it till it was depleted, until you said no, had a little tiff, and then you went and refilled again and they plugged back in. So if it's making someone feel uncomfortable, it's not because you're wrong by putting up your boundaries, putting up a shield of energy saying, I'm okay staying with me. It's because that's why they're frustrated, because they got to eat for free, to pull in your energy for free. And so there's so many versions you can look at yourself and understand this. But if you typically will just please understand, my friends, you are made up of an energy grid. And you look very much in the universe just like a battery. And your battery then connects to everything and everyone in their energy grids in the universe. in this quantum field. You're very little matter. It's like a very 0.0001% matter. The rest of you is water and energy and frequency. And so what you don't realize is you just containing the current of energy that you're allowing to seep out of you, containing that current of energy that flows into you, and realizing where you will allow that money, energy, food, fuel, thought, physical interaction to get plugged into. And as long as it's a current that goes back and forth, those people are not draining on your battery or lighthouse energy. Those who are triggering it and making you feel guilty, ashamed, embarrassed, whatever, for choosing that, are simply you going back to look at those hotspots and or other areas in your chart, your personality, understanding yourself and saying, oh, a little bit more mastery in that category. Oh, I'm just going to go focus a little bit more. Everybody who shows up for me right now, every experience, I was having some technical difficulties. We're at the last end of Mercury's shadow. Mercury retrograde's over, but we were in the shadow and I was like, a couple, they weren't detrimental. They weren't major, but I didn't even let it. I was like, oh, I just need to slow down and take my time. Not a big deal. Nothing was detrimental. Nothing was terribly wrong. So I just took my time, backed up and said, okay, I'll do it tomorrow. And so these experiences, when they show up for me going, wait, why are you in a hurry, Dawn? That's a reflection of me hurrying to fix things for other people that I could just take my time and fix it for me when it's time. I have to look at every experience as a me energy showing up for me. Now, awesome experiences have been showing up as well. And I'm like, oh, means my mastery's working. I have turned every category, all 12 categories of my lighthouse: self, money value, communication, home and security, my health, my fun, partnerships, my emotions, my intimacy, my beliefs, my career, my authority, my public appearance, and my mind and my imprisonment and past lives and intuition. I've acknowledged all of those, i.e. I take the same Soul Masters course that you're all taking, those of you who've taken it. And when I look at myself and I start seeing things flow in, it's almost like, I did it. Like, you know what I mean? I've mastered that, because we're all here to master some sort of different karmic lesson. My lessons aren't the same as yours. Your lessons aren't the same as mine. They're similar, but that's why cookie cutter coaching, cookie cutter techniques and strategies do not work anymore. And this is the reason why they don't work. Because we are in the biggest energetic shift in our entire humanity on this planet, of shifting back into your superpowers. You all have superpowers. You are all intuitive. You are all psychic. You are all clairaudient, clairvoyant. You are all superpowers. And then you have additional superpowers that others don't have. I have a gift of seeing the unseen and making it seen for you. It's that simple. What you don't see, I see very clearly, and I see very clearly how to make it simple so we don't overthink stuff. Because boy, we've been in an overthinking mode for so long. You can get lost in, all the theories, and it's the quantum and it's the matrix. It absolutely is. But does that matter to you? No. Pick a lane. Pick the lane you're good at and stay there, because it's your superpower. That's what's happening. You're being tested. Have you mastered your soul's truth? Have you mastered the ability to be the CEO from your soul? Let your soul drive the ship, not your little inner child and your little shadow beast, as I call it. Right? So when people are struggling with your growth, right, and you feel like, oh my gosh, I'm so weird. Yeah, you're weird. Why? Because they're having a hard time going, you need to let them adjust. Don't shrink anymore to make people comfortable. You'll catch yourself from now on going, oh, that's right, I'm not supposed to. I'm supposed to shrink to let them feel comfortable. When you catch yourself doing that and going, oh, that's right, instead of being empathetic and fixing their problem and taking away their pain, there's no growth for them, I'm going to be compassionate. I'm going to step into compassion and I'm going to say, I believe in you. I did it. You can do it too. Here's how I did it, and let them decide. How they'll row, how they'll get out of the boat, they'll kick the boat, whatever needs to happen, they will find their way. But people will not learn until their pain is great enough for them to say no more as well. You did it, I can too. You rise and you let them meet you there, to your light, to your power, to everything about you that says, I am an absolute, centered, peaceful, badass, and I need to stay there and not move because it feels so good to be authentically me. So it's really important, my friends, if you're letting anyone dim your lights, it's time for you to step in and say, no, I will not dim in other people's presence. I will not empathetically take people's pain away anymore. I'm going to respect it and love them where they are and give them, if there's anything I have that they can use for themselves, great. So if you're there and you're like, I'm done dimming, go grab that fast reality check reset to see your blocks and your baggage. That's where the discount code is. And you're like, I already did it. Where's the code? If you already took the class, I can see it in the portal. And you forgot to get the code, text me or DM me. I'll send you the code. Because I know if you've taken it and you just can't find it, no problem. But if you haven't, it's a very short 2-step system to go, ooh, let me start with these 2 steps to recheck my reality of what Daune's talking about. And then again, if you've been there, done that, and you're like, yes, I'm ready to elevate all of me, all 12 categories we're talking about. I'm going to go join Soul Masters. I'll use my discount code if I have it. That's my next stop. It's all on my homepage, IDeserveItNow.com. And as always, the links are always in the notes below. You have a wonderful week. Brightest blessings. I love you all. Own your fire. Own your light. You've got this. Brightest blessings. Take care. Love you.